Dana, let's talk about the legacy that Lautenberg leaves behind. What will he most be remembered for?
A lot of legislative accomplishments, like you said, Jake, that actually affect people's lives. We talk a lot about inaction here. Well, he was somebody who did act. And let me just give our viewers some examples. When you get on a plane now and there is no smoke, it is because of legislation that Frank Lautenberg helped push. He's the reason why there's no smoking on airplanes. With regard to tobacco, he was a fierce opponent of tobacco from early on, even when it was incredibly unpopular. He helped to, again, make sure that there was no smoking. And alcohol as well. He was mainly responsible for helping to curb drunk driving by having a national standard blood alcohol level of 0.08. And also, he helped make sure that the drinking age was 21. So those are just some parts of the law that he really helped push that, as I said, really do affect people's lives. With regard to how he is being remembered here today, Jake, as is tradition, they have put a black drape over his desk in the Senate and flowers as well. There's a condolence book in his office. Look, he is somebody who lived a very long and a very robust life, but he also is somebody who stuck out here. I can say this as a point of personal privilege, as you know, you did too, walking around the halls here in Congress. He was always polite. He always had good humor, even when he clearly was not feeling well in recent months, and even when we were talking about political issues that really got under his skin, like, for example, the idea that the Newark Mayor Cory Booker, fellow Democrat, announced that he was going to run against him, which eventually helped Lautenberg decide that he was going to retire.
And briefly, Dana, Democrats have a very narrow majority in the Senate to turn to crass politics. They just lost a seat. It will probably be replaced. The senator will probably be replaced by a Republican. Walk us through the options that Governor Chris Christie has right now. It's pretty complicated. It
is complicated, and some things we don't really know because there are disputes in the law. But what we do know is that he, as a Republican, does have the ability to appoint somebody who is a Republican. So at least in the near term, it means that that Democratic seat will go Republican. The open question is when or if there has to be a special election, because Senator Lautenberg's term is already up in 2014. It is possible that Chris Christie could argue that there doesn't have to be an election until then. That would not be what Democrats would prefer, because that would probably keep a Republican in the seat for a year and a half. But also Democrats are going to probably say there must be a special election before that. So that is still in dispute. As you said, it is quite complicated.
Very interesting to see who Chris Christie appoints to that seat. Thank you so much, Dana Bash.